Stop shrinking, stop dimming your lights, fit into spaces that don't even deserve you. You were not made to be liked by everyone. You were made to shine. Your authenticity isn't just enough, it's your superpower. And today, we're going to unlock that power and set it free. Welcome to episode 4 of the Badass Broadcast. If you're ready to own your truth and step fully into your power, then buckle up, love bug, because this episode is going to light a fire under you. All right, let's get into it.
This is your anthem, your power unleashed, a movement of love, a force of peace.
So let me tell you something a lot of people won't tell you. Authenticity isn't about being liked. It's about being real. It's about peeling back all the layers of shoulds and musts that the world has tried to slap on you. When you step into your true self, something magical happens. You don't just attract the right people. You also repel the wrong people. Yes, you heard me. Repelling the wrong people is a gift. Those people, they were never meant for you. Your authenticity clears space for what's aligned with your soul. That's the secret. You can't make room for the magic if you're still holding on to the mess of pretending. Here's a hard truth. Every time you hide a piece of who you really are, every time you silence yourself, dim your light, or twist yourself into a shape that doesn't fit, you're betraying your own magic. And that magic, that's what makes you unstoppable. Let's talk about imperfection. Society will have you believe you need to be polished or perfect to be worthy. But let me flip that on its head. Your mess is your magnet. Your flaws, your quirks, your scars, that's where the gold is. Think about it. The people you admire most, the ones who inspire you, are they perfect? Hell no. They're raw, they're real, they're brave enough to show up as themselves. Messy and all. And the ones that aren't, they're struggling. I can promise you they are struggling. Because if you're somebody who's pretending, you know the struggle. It's a struggle every day to hold up that mask that weighs so heavily. To have to walk around and not be who you truly are, not say what you really want to say, not do what you really want to do. That's hard. That's a struggle. And it doesn't have to be that way. Now, we all know the basic icons, the huge celebrities like Oprah Winfrey and Beyonce. You know, they all had their struggles coming up and they overcame their struggles. But some of my favorite people that I like to think of when I think of authenticity, one of the people that comes to mind is Queen Latifah. In her early career, she faced challenges as a female rapper in a male-dominated industry. There were constant pressures to conform to hyper-sexualized or stereotypical images of women in hip-hop. But instead, she chose to represent strength and dignity and empowerment. And she often rapped about respect and social justice. Nobody was doing that, but she stayed true to herself. She became a trailblazer in both music and acting, proving that you don't need to fit a mold to succeed. And if any of you watched the show Living Single back in the day, and they had a problem with her weight. They actually had a problem with a few of their weights. And she stood up to them and she told them she was not losing weight. And she basically said, you take me as I am or I'm walking. Her authenticity paved the way for other women in hip hop, in TV, and it earned her widespread respect across industries. Another one of my favorites that comes to mind is Missy Elliott. Of course, she faced the body image problem. The industry had such a narrow standard of beauty back in the day. She was often underestimated because she had this unconventional style and sound which didn't fit the mainstream expectations of what a female artist should be. Additionally, she dealt with personal struggles, including her battle with Graves' disease, which caused her to have to step back from the scene and from the spotlight for a little while. But she embraced her uniqueness and her creative vision. And a lot of people don't remember back in the 90s, before she came out by herself, before we knew her as Missy Elliott, she was a member of a group called Sister. I think that was the name of it. I remember having the poster on my wall. It was 4 of them. And nobody thought she could pull off going solo. But she did, and she killed it. And she still kills it. Her work continues to inspire generations, proving that breaking the mold is not just brave, it is powerful. It is so powerful. And for me, one of my biggest inspirations has been Dr. Eric Thomas, aka the hip hop preacher. His story, going from a homeless high school dropout, to one of the most sought after motivational speakers in the world. He is the #1 motivational speaker in the world. His story not only shook me to my core, but just listening to him speak, his power, his passion, he showed me what it means to show up for yourself, to push through excuses, and to embrace discipline as an act of self-love. He is the reason I started disciplining myself, and why I felt called to step up into life coaching. His authenticity lit a fire in me to own my story and to use it to help others. And I will never forget the experience to be able to see him just like right there, front row center. Dr. Eric Thomas proves that authenticity is a superpower by owning his struggles and transforming them into a story of perseverance and triumph. He not only rebuilt his life, but inspired millions to find their greatness. And all these people I just named remind us that being authentic often requires courage. It requires resilience, but leads to lasting success and impact. They've shown us that when you own your truth, you can transform industries and inspire millions. And that's what makes them magnetic. That's what will make you magnetic. When you embrace your imperfections and own your story, you give others permission to do the same. Stop worrying about who might not vibe with you. They are not your people. If they don't vibe with you, they are not your people. Focus on showing up. Raw, authentic, messy. Just show up so your people can find you. And always keep in mind that those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. So here's your challenge for the week, because you know I got one for you. Grab a journal or a notebook or even your notes app on your phone and write this down. You're going to list 3 things you've been holding back about yourself out of fear. And be brutally honest. Maybe it's a passion you've been downplaying. Maybe it's a part of your personality you've been masking. Or maybe it's a truth you've been scared to say out loud. Now, here's where the magic happens. Pick one of those things and let it out this week. It doesn't matter how. You can post it on social media. You can share it with a friend. You can say it to yourself in a mirror. Just release it. Because the moment you do, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more you. Authentic you. So here's my example, just to get you started. I used to sell paparazzi jewelry, and I wanted so much to be like my successful leaders. I'd go to the conventions with all these successful women and men. They're receiving crowns and flowers and jackets and all these things. And I wanted a crown so bad. I didn't care about any of that stuff. I wanted a crown. I wanted a crown so bad. And I wanted to be able to like fit in with these group of successful network marketers. And I wanted to be obsessed with the business. But the truth is, I was not. I wasn't. I wore the jewelry on my clothes. I wore it in my hair. Everywhere I went, I was paparazzi tripping. I absolutely love the jewelry. I still do love the jewelry. I still have a ton of jewelry. But I hated sales. I hated leaving the house feeling like I had to be covered in jewelry. I was so uncomfortable. I hate feeling like the only bag I could carry was this, felt like 50-pound bling bag that was showing off all of my jewelry. I hated pretending like paparazzi was the love of my life. And I hated thinking that I had to earn a crown. The truth is, I did not love the business. I didn't even like most of those women. A lot of them were nasty and rude, and to be honest, they were bitches. I had my small little crew that I absolutely loved to be around. I loved meeting up with at conventions, but most of them were straight bitches. And I was just like, why am I doing all of this just to come hang with a bunch of snobby ass bitches who think they're better than me because they rank higher than me in this company? But one day, after many affirmations and motivational videos and journaling and just working on me, I woke up to me. One day, I loved myself enough that I realized the crown is my birthright. And I didn't need permission to wear it. I didn't need anybody to hand me a crown. I ordered my own damn crown. And I started referring to myself as queen. A friend that I made while in paparazzi told me one day, "You are such a badass." And nobody had ever told me that before. And I didn't deny it for 1 second. I thought to myself, damn right I'm a badass. And I told myself that every damn day until I believed it without a doubt. And that's why I tell you that you are a badass, an unstoppable badass. Own that shit. So what's your thing? What's that truth that you're ready to own? Let it out and let it set you free. Because there is nothing freer than being your authentic self. I promise you, there is no better feeling. There's no better freedom than being your authentic self. I am so glad that I found that truth, that I learned how to own that truth. I almost feel like I should have won my crown for this episode. I actually own 3 crowns now, but and I'll probably buy another one soon. So yeah, I am the Queen Latifah, an unstoppable badass, and I said what I said. So what's your thing? What's the truth you're ready to own? Let it out. Let it set you free, because there is no greater freedom than living your authentic self. Now, before we wrap it up, I want to give you a quick reminder that the beta tester early bird registration for my group coaching program, Unstoppable Ascension, Unlocking Your Inner Badass, opens January 29th. So if you've been waiting for a sign to step into your power, this is it. This program is designed to take you from where you are now to where you are meant to be. Bold, unapologetic, and unstoppable. And You can help craft the entire program as a beta tester. You can be the first one in. You can get lifetime access. So don't wait. Jump on that waiting list now. Go to unstoppableBadass.me to get on that waiting list now. Okay, you know how we do. Let's seal this episode with an affirmation. Repeat after me. I am fearlessly, unapologetically me. My truth is my magnet. My imperfection is my magic. And my authenticity is unstoppable. Say it, feel it, live it. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 4 of the Badass Broadcast. Authentic as fuck. If this episode lit you up, share it with someone who needs this message, and don't forget to leave a review. It helps more people find the show and step into their badass selves. Until next time, keep shining, keep owning your truth, and remember, you are an unstoppable badass, worthy of everything your heart desires. Let's get it.
This is your anthem to conquer it all. It's the Badass Broadcast. Feel the flame breaking the roof.
Want to keep this momentum going? Here's how you can take it to the next level. Join my community, Elevation of Love, your ultimate space for soulful self-love, mindset mastery, and badass transformation. Book your free badass breakthrough session. Let's tackle what's holding you back. If you're loving this badass energy, consider making a donation to help keep these empowering episodes coming. Subscribe, rate, and share this broadcast with someone who needs a spark of badassery in their life. I'll catch you on the next episode of the Badass Broadcast. Let's get it.
No masks, no fakes, just authenticity. You're magnetic, fierce, the one to be. With every word, let your spirit soar. This is the podcast you can't ignore. It's the Badass Broadcast. Feel the flame breaking the rules.